Hey guys, what's going on? It's DannyDealz here. Thank you for tuning in to Un Poco Mas. On behalf of executive producers Hurricane Lopez and Stock Karen, we want to say hello and welcome and hello. Today we would like to talk with you about a stock GMDA Gamida Cell Limited. Um, as most of you probably know, this stock last month got its FDA approval for its Omisirge drug, which helps stem cell transplant patients and helps those transplants be more successful. And FDA was convinced, and so that has been a sort of seminal moment for the stock. I would just like to give you a brief update as they put their earnings out and gave some updates on the business. So, just want to update you on a few things that are going on. Today's price action, we're down 13 cents or 6%. Volume is moderate so far, just under 2 million shares. It's about almost 9 a.m. out here on the Pacific Coast in beautiful Los Angeles, almost noon out in NYC. Hope it's a great day wherever you are. Um, the stock, in terms of price action after the FDA approval, shot up from 90 cents and established some really strong support in about the $1.60 area. And then over the last the last couple of days, it appears that the stock is establishing support in the low 190s. So we'll see if that holds up. I definitely expect the stock to leg up again. Um, just before we go over the quarterly report, want to take a quick look at the short interest. I know there was a significant short on the stock. Um, so far over the last let's see 7 days, the estimated percentage shortage of the free float has basically been flat from 9.7 to 9.6. Shares on loan, days to cover, pretty much flat. Cost to borrow is quite a bit down from 75% to 53%. Utilization down just a bit from 95 to 91%. So the short has very, very, very slightly decreased, but still a significant short on the stock. Don't think this one is a short squeeze candidate. There's quite a few shares available. I think more than is indicated here. If you take a look at recent, I wouldn't call it a downgrade, but Oppenheimer adjusted target from $6 to $6 from $8, but maintains a buy rating on the stock. In terms of where the analysts are on the stock, Tip Ranks, which is one of the best at tracking analysts, has a strong buy on the stock, four ratings of buy, zero hold, zero sells, and an average analyst rating of 8.25%, representing a 331% upside on the stock. One of my favorite analysts at HC Wainwright is Vernon Bernardino. I just like this guy. I know his success rate says 30%. I think that's a little bit deceptive because this guy is dealing with very small cap stocks, and he's kind of more of a home run hitter. He's going for these more long shot companies. Um, that are pre-revenue, and it's very hard to hit these things, but he just reiterated a buy rating on Gamida and an $11 price target, which would be an upside of 475%. But analysts remain bullish on the stock. Even the bearish analysts are calling looking at the stock to 3x from its present value, which I just don't believe the price action thus far reflects the FDA approval at all. Just doesn't really make sense. The company has a good plan to move forward, and they are already executing that plan. And those in the know think sales of this drug will be north of $500 million per year. There is a very captive market. There's only a certain number of these transplant centers, and you can capture them. The company's already speaking with the insurance companies, the payers, and some are already on board to pay for the treatment. So there's just a lot of good news piling up for the company, and this drug is worth a hell of a lot more than the current market cap. So let's just go over on Yahoo Finance the first quarter 2023 financial results and a quick update here. Um, Company completed its public offering, gross proceeds 23 million bucks. Company reports positive momentum on two-pronged corporate strategy, executing commercial plan and pursuing strategic partnerships to support Omisirge launch. Company is hosting a conference call today at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. Of course, the company recently announced FDA approval for Omisirge for patients with hematologic malignancies who are planned for allogenic hematopoietic. I can't say these words, guys. Sorry. These science, I'm not smart enough to deal with science, but with the recent approval of Omisirge, a funds raised via our public offering, Gamida Cells making progress, two-pronged approach, says CEO Abby Jenkins. Our team was launch ready by April 15th, allowed us to move swiftly to initiate onboarding of transplant centers and secure payer coverage to make Omisirge available to patients in need of stem cell transplants. April 17 got the approval, commercial progress. The company is on target to complete the goal of onboarding 10 to 15 of the top 70 transplant centers this year. The company has confirmed coverage with commercial payers that cover 65% of targeted lives and have discussions ongoing with other commercial payers and the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. So a lot of people were really worried with the cost that they want to charge for the drug. Would insurance companies and Medicare, would they actually cover these enormous costs of the drug? And it appears that they will. Now, there will probably be some negotiation in there with regard to the pricing, but at hundreds of thousands of dollars per patient, we're talking about extremely significant revenues. Corporate developments, public offering of securities. Company announced 22.8 million public offering, underwritten 17,500,000 shares in and accompanying warrants to purchase the same number of ordinary shares at an offering price of $1.30 per ordinary share. Um, and so the warrants have an exercise price of $1.35, which are exercisable immediately upon issuance, and they are good for 5 years. Now, of course, that is a hangover on the stock. It's never good to see. You have 17.5 million shares, more potential dilution at only $1.30. So, that's not great news for the company, but I don't view it as too bad. I would rather see that dilution than a lot of debt because, again, as the next section, debt reduction, you need capital when you're going to enter a rapid growth phase. And if they don't get a partner and they want to get into this distribution themselves, they're going to need every penny they have to facilitate this growth. So debt reduction, they made an agreement with Highbridge Capital, who had a 25 million senior secured convertible term loan in December 2022, and they voluntarily exchanged an aggregate of 11.5 million in principal of the loan for ordinary shares in Gamida Cell. The share redemptions were priced at $1.91 per share, so that's great news there. Got rid of the debt and exchanged that for ordinary shares at a great price. There will be a special shareholder meeting to increase the number of shares, 150 million, 225 million. Strategic partnerships. The company continues to explore partnerships and broader strategic alternatives. As we know, it would be great to get a strategic partner and go really fast with this launch. And that would be best for shareholders, best for the company, and best for patients. Then they just go over all the costs and expenses, which were pretty much in line from last year, even some slight reductions, financial guidance. They had cash equivalents of 47 million. This does not include the approximately 25 million in net proceeds from the public offering April. So the company expects the cash and cash equivalents to last into 2024. Everything's in good shape. Gamida firing on all cylinders. Really like this stock right now. Feel it's incredibly undervalued. Stock should be trading at least $4 to $5 right now. So, I'm buying the stock. I bought the stock today. I'm not telling you what to do. This is not financial advice. But in my opinion, the FDA approval and this drug are worth many, many times the current market cap of the company. So that's Gamida Cell Limited, ticker symbol GMDA. The date is May 16th. Q1 earnings just came out. Any thoughts on the company, please leave them down in the comments. My name's DannyDealz. This has been Un Poco Mas on behalf of Hurricane Lopez and Stock Karen. We want to thank you for watching. Have a great day.